Hey guys, I'm here. Gonna do another episode of Skyrim for the heck of it, because I'm feeling up to it right now. We're gonna start with a level up. Stamina. Have I increased sneak to a good point yet? I don't care about that. Right, I don't care about silent roll until I get that, so no, I need this up to 60 before I do anything with that. I think archery is the next best one. I don't need overdraw. Well, I can't get overdraw. I can't get the next critical shot. Recover twice as many arrows. That's okay, but not overly necessary. I totally forgot about zooming in. I mean, it'd be useful if I have that, but arrow stagger all but largest target. Let's do this one first. The zoom thing's good, but obviously I don't use it much. Alright, well today we are joining the Thieves Guild, which I think I had put off even in the previous playthrough. No? Because I had done them all. There was a quest I meant to do before actually doing Brynjolf's original quest here. Alright. And that was Branche's quest. Because Branche has a unique quest.
Take my advice. Don't listen to that talk of the face sculptor down in the ragged flagon. Face butcher is more like it from what I've heard.
Because, yeah, Branche has a unique quest about finding a book about his origins. Where you go to a crashed ship and find the book. But if you
looking to stay alive,
do this first, you can't do it. Alright, because they tried claiming that he'll only be in prison for a short time, and then he'll get out. But, like I said, I've done this day one. Before, right?
Welcome to Riften, home of the thieves.
And spent hundreds of days in game, and he's never gotten out.
Don't think you can barter with me like I'm one of those stamped shopkeepers. Hey, you're not supposed to be down here. Official business only.
Oh, well, it's fine. I'm allowed to be here.
Oh, my mistake then. Sorry, you can go on ahead.
That's weird. Fake it till you make it, right? Act like you belong. Right, because, okay, there's that guy. Ah, there you are.
If you're ever in the market, I deal in specialty goods for Morrowind at one of the stands.
You have an odd name for a dark elf.
I may be dark elf by birth, but I was raised Argonian.
But can I still do the
For
quest?
reasons I'm still trying to discover. I ended up orphaned, then taken in by a kindly Argonian family in Black Marsh. I hope one day to find out what happened to me, how I ended up like that.
Can I still help him? Do you have any clues about your past?
Just one. I know when I was found by my Argonian father, I was wrapped in a blanket bearing the symbol of House Telvanni. It was one of the great houses in Morrowind long ago. Whether that means I was one of them or not, I'm uncertain. If you come across anything in your travels that might provide me with the answers I'm looking for, I'd be grateful.
Did they patch this? I'll keep an eye open.
Thank you.
Why were you searching in Skyrim?
I learned that a matron who had served for House Telvanni had escaped Morrowind during the Accession War. Records showed her buying passage aboard a sailing vessel named the Pride of Telvos.
Have I done this already?
That's where the trail ran cold.
Thing?
I spent years looking for what became of the ship, but I ended up empty-handed.
Did I never do this? Either I didn't do this, or this is other random thing. I know this is a quest. I don't have Branche written in anywhere. Oh, rare gifts, Branche. Okay. No, I hadn't done it yet. Okay.
Anything you can find would be of great help. Good luck.
I was just checking. And I actually don't know how far I got in the Thieves Guild quest line. But I do know I did one of each of the side mission things. So I'm going to do that. Information at night, technology matters. During talks of ghosts and victims of the haunting, remind you that the Ratway is not a safe place for commoners and talks go. Oh yeah. Okay, that's interesting though. I forgot they added a little something in the anniversary stuff about the Ratway. Oops. Come on. Huh? He's running away. There we go. What am I wearing? What? Well, I thought I'd learn this instead of. Still curious where I got those clothes from. Alright, well, instead of worrying about that door, there are some unique things down here that are worth checking out. I like how anything harder than novice is actually difficult. Or at least slightly difficult. Even though I'm pretty sure that's exactly what the trap does. Interesting way to roast a skeever. go. Okay. Oh. Yeah, I think I did this before. Do I shoot you? No.
Wow. Would you look at that?
Okay, so I go the open way first. I didn't mean to do this. No. Pretty sure there's something I'm supposed to do. Okay. I remember that being a bit more difficult. No. No. Do I have to run? No, because if you sprint, you can't make it. Because for some reason, you cannot jump when you're sprinting. Let's see. Do I need a whirlwind sprint or something? Well, that would be weird. Yeah, I feel like I'm supposed to be able to make this. Damn it. I'm not going to try a whole lot more. What? You know, I'm stuck in here? I feel like I'm jumping just a second too soon, so I'm not paying attention to the ground. I'm afraid if I jump a second later, I'm going to be too late. Oh, come on. Okay. There's a chest there. Guild Mage's note. I'll search all the notes afterwards, I think, but... Okay, because I'm not confident in my ability to make this... I didn't land well. I need to keep going, I think. Okay. Now that I've done all that, let's go ahead and quick save again just to be safe. I don't think there's anything I can do here special. Okay. So I think I could just kill all the flame atronachs and then kill him. But either way, it's really killing the same amount of things. Like I said, I'll try to read them all after I'm done with this whole thing. I actually forgot this is where you get that sword too, by the way. Okay. I don't know if it would have actually came to life, but I didn't want to chance it. Varric's note. Iron dagger sold. Investigate Faldar's tooth. I wonder what I get from that. Oh, wait a minute. Wasn't there a... No. Okay. Yeah, that's all the investigating from there, I think. Oh, but there is a down. That, if I recall correctly, has a bunch of skeletons, right? No. Yep. Chest. Like I said, I don't know if this is really worth checking out this much. now. Alright. Like, this is one of those DLC added areas for Anniversary Edition that, you know, and I feel like it's worth exploring. And once again, I'm actually running low on iron arrows. You don't come to life, do you? All right. God damn. Yeah, that's the part I remember being insane. Ooh, blade stuff. Nice, I can put this on one of the mannequins. Also, I saw random lightning shooting out at these people. I feel like Mercurior is here somewhere, but I don't know where the hell he is. I'll wait till I get out. And yoink. Okay, is Mercurior here again? Good, and then there's this. Where do I get the key again? Where's the axe? Okay, yeah, that's the new house that's down here. Alright. Ah, there we go. Okay, there shouldn't be anybody else to worry about down here now. You go, wait for me at home and drive. Where's the axe? I just realized they were decapitating people there. There we go. Man, it took longer to get here than I had anticipated.
Give it up, Brynjolf. Those days are over.
I'm telling Brynjolf this information. Well, well. Color me impressed, lad. I wasn't certain I'd ever see you again.
Nah, getting here was easy.
Reliable and headstrong? You're turning out to be quite the prize. So, now that I've whetted your appetite with our little scheme at the market, how about handling a few deadbeats for me?
Deadbeats? What did they do?
They owe our organization some serious coin, and they've decided not to pay. I want you to explain to them the error of their ways.
Sounds good. Who are they?
Kirava, Bersi Honeyhand, and Helga. Do this right, and I can promise you a permanent place in our organization.
How did you want me to handle it?
Honestly, the debt is secondary here. What's more important is that you get the message across that we aren't to be ignored. A word of warning, though. I don't want any of them killed. Bad for business.
Consider it done.
Good. If you need any details on your marks, I'll be here. Now get going. I'll be here when you're done.
Stay
I'm
out of
busy.
trouble.
Don't you have something to do?
Okay, so I can't do them yet. But I can go ahead and get this out of the way.
I suppose I can work with your face.
I'm not gonna do
The
much.
sculptor cannot always choose the finest clay.
You must be the face sculptor I've heard about.
Yes, I once practiced my art in the salons and manners of Tamriel's great and good. Now the scum of Skyrim are my only clients. But no matter, the greatest artists are never recognized in their own time.
Valid.
So, are you here as a client? Shall I remake your face?
Yes, I'd like to change my appearance.
Very well. Just tell me what you desire. Beauty or hideous deformity. Nothing is beyond my skill.
Okay. Yeah, I don't want to change presets, I guess. No. Yeah, you know what? This is what I'm using her for. Right, we started off with scars. I found a face sculpture. I can get rid of my scar. Maybe change my war paint. Yes. Alright, not going to change the face too much. Actually, not going to change the face at all. Actually, not going to change the face at all. 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 Not going to Maybe change the eye color a little bit. Can we change the hair here? Do I want to change the hair here is a question. Kind of like that one. There we go. I think that's good. Facial hair. I think we'll keep hair color. I think that might be a little bit of a change. There we go. Alright. There, now I can say I've done that.
If you're looking for conversation, the flagon isn't the place.
You know what? I'll do this quest quick to get it done. And then after I turn it in, I'll read those notes. Okay, now we can do this. Because even though I think going through that place was probably enough of a quest for this episode. I figure might as well. Alright, okay, 12, 16. Nice. It's beautiful. And I know what the whole point is here.
If I had it in vain, there's no need to do that.
Oh my word.
No! That urn was priceless.
That was a message from Brynjolf.
I can't believe you did that. You people are monsters.
Whatever.
You demand payment for protection, and you can't even protect yourselves. Take your coin and tell Brynjolf to leave us alone.
Alright, next.
Can I help you?
Please, don't take the statue. It's the only thing of value I have left.
Should I drop this statue down a well?
Not Lady Dibella. No, please, I can't lose her. I get the message. Here, take your gold. I hope you choke on it.
And while I'm here... Who are you?
Working at the Riften fishery is tough.
Sorry about the mess. Keeping this place clean is quite a chore.
Do you work here?
Work? I suppose you can call it that. I call it slavery. I work my fingers to the bone keeping this disgusting place clean. Ever since my parents died and Helga took me in, it's been a nightmare. How was I to know she was such a wretched woman? So now I'm stuck living here, while those pigs she calls customers grope me and say the most awful things.
Why do you hate Helga so much?
It's not just the work, it's everything about her. She's disgusting. I think she takes her worship of Dibella a bit too seriously. Do you know she slept with 3 different men in the last month alone? What kind of woman would do such a thing?
Yeah.
Just for once, I'd like to see her squirm. To rub her nose in it.
I mean, I suppose back in medieval times, yeah, that was probably a really bad thing, but now, I mean, that's pretty common, right? There must be a way.
Actually, there is. But I don't think I could get away with doing it. She'd kill me if she found out.
She's right there.
You see, I happen to know, after she makes love, she gives her partner a token of her affection, called a Mark of Dibella. If you confront her with 3 of the marks, she'd be so embarrassed. Well, I don't know what she'd do.
Sure, I'll help.
Oh, this is going to be great! You need to get the marks of Dibella from Boli, Hofgrir, and Indaren. Not sure how you're going to do that, but try your best. Then just confront Helga with them, and the rest works itself out. Try and get those marks without violence, please. I don't want to be responsible for their deaths. Or yours.
Aren't you Indaren?
Working at the Riften fishery is tough. I'm gonna put some coin in my
Job at
pocket.
the Riften. I really need your help. I don't want to lose my job at the fishery. What am I going to do?
You might lose your job.
My job at the Riften fishery is in danger. The owner, Boli, said that if I show up for work in this condition one more time, then I'm out. I don't mean to do this to myself, but I can't help it. I tried some skooma a year ago, and ever since then, I can't stop. If you could give me a healing potion, I could cleanse this poison from my body and get back to my life.
Sure.
Your kindness will never be forgotten. Here, take this. It's all I can offer you for what you've given me.
I'm beginning to think leaving Mournhold was a mistake.
Did you bring anything?
What is skooma?
I'm not sure what it's made from, but I can tell you that once you've had a taste, you'll never crave anything else. The Dunmer came up with the stuff a long time ago. Very illegal and very hard to come by.
Hey, puppies.
I got mine off a merchant ship in Solitude. Worst mistake I ever made. And you have no idea what it's like to have everything. Then watch it all disappear.
Any luck getting the marks from those men?
Tidings.
Trees. They're beautiful here.
Please.
Reminds me of autumn.
Okay, now there it is.
It is our most favorite company.
Where do you get your skooma?
Look, I don't think I should say. I mean, they could kill me.
I think you owe me one.
Okay, I'll tell you. I get my skooma from Sarthas Idrin. He has some sort of a setup over the Riften warehouse. You can't get inside, though. They've kept that place locked up tight since the war began.
Who has the key to the warehouse?
I overheard Boli say that only the Jarl carries the key to the warehouse. When I meet Sarthas there, he's usually waiting for me outside with his bodyguard.
Dookie dookie.
You've been kind. I thank you.
You look like you... I'm selling the best meat in town for cheap. Interested?
Yeah.
Remember, keep this to yourself.
Here for a room or something to drink? Show me some coin first.
Any bounty work I can help with?
Of course. It's all in this note.
Alright, well that's new to me. I have a message from Brynjolf.
Look, everything was all just a misunderstanding. I didn't mean to tell Brynjolf to go jump off the pier. You tell him I'm sorry, yes? Take this. Every single coin I owe is there. I swear it.
Now, what do you want? If this is about the meadery, we can talk later.
Okay. Whee!
Stay out of trouble, or there's gonna be trouble.
Better have
So,
coin, baby.
job's done and you even brought the gold.
Handouts here.
Best of all, you did it clean. I like that. Dumping bodies and keeping the guards quiet can be expensive.
Here's what they owe us.
Well done. And it would seem I owe you something in return. Here you go. I think you'll find these quite useful.
Gold. Alright. What's next then?
Judging from how well you've handled those shopkeepers, I'd say you've done more than simply prove yourself. We need people like you in our outfit.
Shoe puppies. If there's more gold where that came from, I'm in.
That's the spirit. Larceny's in your blood. The telltale sign of a practiced thief. I think you'll do more than just fit in around here.
Before we go, I have to ask.
What's on your mind?
Word is your outfit isn't doing too well, true?
We've run into a rough patch lately.
He told me this when we
but
met,
it's
right?
nothing to be concerned about. Tell you what, you keep making us coin, and I'll worry about everything else. Fair enough?
Fair enough.
Now, if there are no more questions, how about following me and I'll show you what we're all about?
Alright, well, before I follow him and deal with all that stuff, let's go down here and look at all those fun stuff we found. Okay, I don't think anonymous letters. Nope, that's that. Okay, bounty for crow's tooth. That's fun. Rumor has it that Forsworn raiding parties have been pushing further and further east along the Jarl Mountains. The arrival of Legate Fassendil has prevented further incursions, but they fail to apprehend their leader, Crow's Tooth. While Crow's Tooth has been separated from her forces, she is believed to have fled with considerable spoils. In an effort to put an end to this threat, anyone killing Crow's Tooth may claim her stolen loot. Mercenaries like infamous Sellsword Bjormund Windstrider have been seen heading into the mountains beyond Darklight Tower. While they could be after the treasure, it is feared Crow's Tooth is gathering these forces for a renewed assault. We ask any capable warrior for their aid in dealing with this potential threat. Anuriel. Ooh. New. Dinner invitation to preacher I've read before. Yeah. Alter says no. Let's go ahead and read that. Yeah. Meet me in the Temple of Talos or whatever. Shrine of Talos or whatever. Okay, Guildmage's missive. We have to try to contain him or die trying. She is the key to everything, for her death defined him and drove him insane. Perhaps we can use her remains to summon her spirit and calm him. Okay, so the Mage's Guild was trying to calm whoever that blade guy was with the spirit of the woman he loved, and I guess those guardians were, yeah, like the guardians that died, I guess, trying to keep him sealed. Guildmage's note. How could this have happened? Our plan should have worked, but who could foresee that this weapon would interfere with our simple enchantments, and how we have become ensnared by our own trap? What is this weapon, and what does it herald? Oh, interesting. We are doomed. There is no hope. I warned them to be cautious. No matter how perfect the incantation, magic is the husband of chaos. We let our guard down, and this abomination is the result of our hubris. And to make matters worse, he has divided into three. Divines help us all. Oh, so the Guardians was that guy divided. Oh. Letter from home, that was new. My dearest Laurent, okay. This is from the woman. I know that there is no power that will stop them from taking you away from me and into battle upon foreign fields. For I understand that this is your duty as a captain of the Blades. As your wife, I should respect such things. Nevertheless, the fear that you may never return troubles me. Know that I think of you always. We are bound together in this life and in the next. Your beloved, Emma. Ooh. I think this is new as well. I've always despised my husband's charity, but at least it was just... Oh, no, that's not new. I've read that before. This is notes on the tamed rabbit, but I don't need to read that because I don't have the rabbit yet. Old smuggler's note. Damn these mages with their magic. Things were good here. Life was sweet, and profits were aplenty. Before the boss agreed to help these fools with their trap. The venture will cost us the shirts off our backs, I'll wager. Alright. Pickpocket's journal. This is about the rat. Thieves Guild Twitch don't want me, so I'm too clumsy. I'm running out of food and skooma. I need to start killing some of the skeevers for me. One of the skooma dealers at the docks told me he knew of a guy from World War II trained a next town to distract his marks, helped him steal it. Alright, yeah, this is about the rat. I'm not going to read too much on that. Public notice was the thing about about the ghost. Alright, here we go. Here's something. Alright. 14th of last seed, 4th era 130. Our guild has been commissioned to capture and restrain a renegade Blades captain. Many tall tales have been spoken of his cruelty and malice, some even claiming he is part serpent. In addition to bearing the arms of his former employers, it is said that he wields an Akaviri weapon of dark magic. The combination makes him quite formidable. Thankfully, the guild has great experience in dealing with such things, and we will win the day. 6th of Heartfire, 4th era 130. We encountered our foe, but all did not go as planned, and he escaped us. He was more powerful than we had imagined, and many lives were lost as a result of our misjudgment. However, I am now convinced that his dreaded blade is the source of his power, as I have witnessed firsthand the dark magic it yields, for the blade drinks both life force and mana from any that befall it. We must think of a way to separate our foe from the source of his power. 2nd of Summon's Dust, 4th era 130. We have devised a means to separate our foe from his blade, and we must now set a trap and lure him to us. I am certain that it will work, but to be sure I must think of an incentive to draw him to us. I think it would be prudent to research this former captain in more depth. 13th of Sutton's Dusk, 4th era 130. Upon reading what I have regarding our captain, my heart almost feels pity for him. It would seem that his madness and malice stem from the loss of his wife. The records reveal that it was after this tragic event that the darkness of the soul overcame him. However, pity will not save lives. He must be stopped in all event. Therefore, I have decided to acquire the remains of his loved one in the hope that this will draw him to us. Ew. Alright, well, that's the end of that book, or journal. How about volume 2? First of Evening Star, 4th era, 130. We have secured a location, and that will serve us well. An old, partially abandoned smuggler's hideout in Riften. One of the council members, Sichel Gatharian, had done prior business with the inhabitants and pointed us in their direction. It was a prudent choice, as the small band of unsavory entrepreneurs seem more than happy to assist us with our venture, for they have a love of gold above all else. With this much aid, building our trap should be accomplished reasonably quickly. Once this is done, we will bring her remains to us and draw our spider out. 18th of Morning Star, 4th era, 131. It is done. Now all we can do is wait. When he arrives, we will incapacitate him. I don't know if I said that right. Incapacitate him with our magic and separate him from his blade. We will then channel his life force and mana into our constructed device, which will use his own energy to shield the weapon from him. In essence, he will become bound to it, for whilst he lives, the shield will hold. Hopefully this plan will work and we can avoid bloodshed, for given what we know of him, we do not wish his death. Perhaps there is even hope that, without his blade, we can rehabilitate him, for despite his crimes, I do pity the poor soul. Alright, and I guess the notes come after that. Okay, Stewart's note. Okay, there's that. No, that's for that stuff. The Dream Stride. I still have this? Huh. No, I'm not going to read that either. At least not yet. Thief's Note. Is this new? Nope. Ah, the Smuggler's Note. I can't resist him. Those eyes, those terrible eyes, so full of anger, fear, and remorse. The only escape is death. Ooh. Alright, and that is all of the notes and books.
After you talk to Brynjolf and Mercer, come back and see me.
Yep, that's the plan. But I'm going to end the episode here. Thanks for watching. I will see you next time.